that's not happening. That's why we get a lot of establishments that will not even registered because they don't even know what they're supposed to do.
In all of this, of the Tourism Act of 1990, in the review wey they call on the ministry and other body them we concern, wetin you if your thing the way they need for change?
Well, for instance, the hotel classification, then they've also look at the fines, the levies, the way they put na the act. They've also tried for bring on board protecting the tourists coming, what it takes. Because if you invite somebody for Canada country, you get for provide laws the way they protect them where they come. So the new trend of the tourism, it require of that. So also, and we get for look at this certification. There are managers in a hotel where they get certificate as hotel managers. If you go look the criteria of qualification, equal to what is supposed to be as hotel manager. And if they talk about delivering good standards, if you the manager, you says qualify for lead of
Tourism Act of 1990. Well, the program we listen to and made the show where they come to live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the studio, I still get with me Edward Kamara, we are the Deputy Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress. Edward, as you well, before we go take last story day, if we don't talk about the successes where Labour Congress don't do in all this, we get some challenges them. So it's not the challenges they wanna don't face, so we couldn't go able for doing our work the proper one.
Yeah, one of the biggest challenge na the labor law. Because the labor law na the regular king, we meet the process. When government change, it meets the process of the review of the labor law. Been all the reach now a drafting stage. But when in come as minister, I say I want to see this law all over again. So you therefore withdraw this law, come back to run at the ministry. Within the period where they study them, then change them. Then we get Honorable Alpha Timbo we come. Within the period we would about forget time for understand within at the new review, even get an issue. But thank God they don't reinstate them back. So that's one thing. We're not able to get a minister, like when you look at the information sector, you see the Minister of Information, because of in time, it continues, he'll be able to succeed for the repeal of the Public Order Act. We in a process we don't start long before income.
Okay, quickly, before, why make una been decide for us to say, una and other partner, then review this labor law, which is some of the bad law that we've been inside there?
Well, for instance, if we notice some workman and just some employer just require money no more, they sack the workman for no cause. Then waiting the union can fight for before you pay termination, with the advice you pay and redundancy. But that not being like we then can say the advocacy of the union. No law, no day we go able to tell you say transfer the action of the employer from this to this. But law will tell you say there is redundancy, there is termination. So now the new law will tell you say if you sack the workman for no just cause, you know they only pay and termination or redundancy, the law they also fine you. Like for instance, now law say a law don't talk say if you they work, that are the wages the Workmen Compensation Act. Say if you they work you get accident. Then the law talks say the accident they will get and forgive 2 months salary. Then let's look a case suicide somebody in accident na in court. 2 months salary able for compensate for that no court? The answer is no. So because of that old law day, now we come with new law, we go tell you say if this man they work for you get accident when in court, you know for sakam before they with you until retirement, unless in choose for resign or he do anything where we go consider as insubordination.
So because of this law, we review it. Now they don't be the problem between.
When I want challenge.
Okay,
now
so
one challenge.
So
another challenge.
apart from this one them back.
Another challenge now the education of the worker. Most times they will command them then just to get job, will not get what we call orientation, where the employer will call the workman and tell and say, now this you need for no, now this not the do's and these are the don'ts. So we think for us Labour Congress, which will be the look at now for begin the workers' education. Because if you look, most of the institutions, like you some example, we get one agricultural company we then call Samalane, we in Apujeun. If you follow them over the time, you will see then they get too much strike actions, unnecessary strike actions. So because they don't know waiting at the right, waiting at the obligations, now they make them go into those actions. So when you get into the union, no able for handle am. Pass we Labour Congress now, they pick set a team, we go na the ground for go try for. But even when you dey solve them, we then can talk say people don't feel say the best way for them for be secure in their jobs na politics. So you know they follow the laid down rules in the workplace. Was me na this party are they now we rejoin this institution they not for sack we for do bad. We get them challenges in there. You know, another challenge we dey get now that we dey realize say we know they get professional they gain in the institutions them. Where they mean somebody don't go study, you don't become a qualified engineer, you go see for political change or whatever, that man we don't take call in time, don't study, then go just scan and sack him. There's something the person in the camp puts 9 seat. That person able for perform like do out and sack. So that is also becoming a challenge for us. Because when in King come to we see the person with then sack me today, then don't employ tomorrow. And the law no say so.
So
these are challenges.
In this, this na one of this na the plenty. This na challenge or plenty people don't they face.
Yes.
But then can say then sack me, then can't put this
They can't
because
put
na then
somebody.
Sunday.
Yes.
In doing all this, with them people they are waiting Labour Congress can do. But then una can get a set of people there they come to una.
Fine. One of the good thing in then crisis then day na a situation where a union exists. For instance, Sierra Leone Port Authority, a union exists there, but it go beyond limits to an extent that the union able for control and because
Pasa.
politics coincide. We get another institution at Port Authority who they call the PASA. When it happen, nearly all the members of that particular institution, they then sack them. So you see, say politics self don't come na the workplace. Because if we follow the laws or the collective bargaining agreement they will get at the workplace, then probably how they get no they get.
So meaning so una not able do una okay, una not get the power for able for still una able for do una work proper one in the area of them people you know they can sack as you dey emphasize say politics don't dey into them different thing then they.
Well, one thing will happen na Sierra Leone no get one concept. When they do you something we money you go complain 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. The next moment you hear the person say, I left my case to God. And when person don't reach at that level, they say, I left my case to God. You self we ready for faith for her. You dey end up for give up because the person we don't bring the complaint to me. For instance, you get a case, you bring the case can to me. I know all the channels they will for use. Lots I don't use one channel. You the first channel you go to a union. The union say, okay, I don't tell this case. Let her call me big one them. They call Labour Congress. By the time they reach to Labour Congress, with Labour Congress, they start the process. You can see few we can just decide, they say, you know what? Me, if not pay, let them pay me. But I know they go again at the working place.
So apart from the one that we can talk, say me if not pay, let them pay me. When I don't get in any situation, I don't reinstate them people in the back.
Good. Then another critical issue. Most cases, people can say they don't sack me. If they reinstate me, then go give me trouble, pass waiting I don't get before. So then can all end up back say, I left my case to go and go find job.
So
let them just pay me, waiting due me. But I will tell you outrightly that 80 to 85% of people that within the sack, where they bring the case can to we they almost get 85% people for getting full entitlement. Because a day then can resolve. There are few we can come, you say, you know what, I not just want my entitlement, but I want the court for prove me wrong or right.
So meaning una not get no cases to say una don't reinstate somebody back.
Now the background of the case, so the worker, they reach to a particular point, they resolve. I know of case, myself will sit down before you, go tell you, say, I don't use all those channels. I be looking at Seratel. I go college, they say, you're not supposed to go college. Sack me, union try, the Labour Congress try, minister, now court we go. But I've been get that patient for which that 8 months, we go to court. And why I go to court? Now because I will go for friend or I will call aside. I not go and go with a case, say, you be the outside outside and sack you. All man go, what made them sack you? So I go to court for let court give me paper for say yes. I be the outside tell the action against me be illegal. So if I go for a friend working the other side, why should that court order the person knows not to be in criminal act? But there are few people where they talk, say, you know what? Una help me like get me money where due me. So when the person will bring a case come to you, don't tell you, see, just fit for like get me benefit.
We see some people where they can employ people and for work for them. They not can pay them government minimum wage. Some man they pay worker 200, 300,000. It they get waiting the worker for getting they get So in that area the Labour Congress, which una don't they do for long as say people stick to the minimum wage where government say for pay for somebody where they work for them.
I go tell you outrightly, all affiliates union we join Labour Congress no get no workman where they pay below minimum wage. That I will tell you with all confidence. All union or any workman we join union, not the all below 600,000. The reason is the condition of service where you connected to minus your basic salary. It get provision for transport. It get provision for rent. It get provision for medical. So we put all those allowance system. You automatically take you about 700.
So meaning now people will register with the different union, they will be under the Labour Congress. Now the interest una can seek.
Not really. Now we they negotiate with government say minimum wage for BA. Now the law give you the power.
But right
So
okay.
if you not join a union, automatically Labour Congress not to magically play for go and ask say, how much they pay you, how much they pay you. But if you can't come between a Labour Congress say, I they work for so person and you know they pay me 600 when at the new minimum wage. Or they go to that employer and tell and say you they in foul of the law, and then they make you the employer no see you for pay that person within the law say.
So in there, then if the employer not agree for pay them people in the waiting Labour Congress can do.
We the council partner we at the Ministry of Labour where the law give the power for carry the employer go court. We are part of the industrial court. We mean say the industrial court can sit down. Sometimes if they get issue, they can call Labour Congress or the employers as per law. But so which means the Ministry of Labour, now they receive case between Kabia and Edward. See, they run 98.1, they pay Edward 600,000. So go na industrial court. The industrial court could tell you, see, because they pay the deposit 600, the number of months we no pay on the 600, you go pay the deposit, you will pay on the 600.
Okay, Edward, don't look at the sets of people. I don't know if una get a union where they under them, then security them. Most of the time, they can get a problem. They fall and not pay them the minimum wage. Right. Most of the security, then are then different company, then are 400, 300,000. So them people then don't look inside their own case them.
Good. That's the one other issue we get. Of course, we get union with the cover security.
Okay.
Then you get security. We not rejoin the union because now just like we didn't say somebody want go heaven, but you no one die. If you want get the benefits with you, you join the union na your sector. So then security there way any security we know they get the minimum wage. I go tell you now then security, then mushroom securities. Like the G4S and I don't know, I think they get another one they call Protec. These are institutions we can call we. Which happen, the minimum wage don't go up, the minimum wage gave in 500, we get calls then. So you can say no now not 6 because it was 500, now not 6. So in most cases, securities and we report to we. You give your institution a name. We don't need for get you the security in name. Just tell we say they work for security A and then they pay me 300. Like you one instance, Sarah Tebin they pay security, employee security agent who they know they pay the minimum wage. We the union we stood against that. And because of the employer not being ready for pay that security, they will command them the minimum wage Sarah Tebin terminates their service. So if we the union know, see you they work, then they pay you 600,000. If not my sector at the end of them, if not another sector, we they make you go to that sector, they say, go to that particular union, they then go able to solve the problem.
Okay, well, in name na Edward Kamara, in the Deputy Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress. We can talk about them work what they don't do. Edward, now them inside the program, now them follow we take messages them. This one they say good afternoon 98.1. He say 6 months now don't pass from when the minister but they talk about government's minimum wage when at 600,000. We say about 30 days and they pay people more, especially the security them say because in they reflect on them. So this one they say, Mr. Edward, they say make you tell them waiting they go wrong. And Eastern government they go begin pay people the 600,000 loans. This one they come up from Mr. Smith. And this other one they say, when they talk, you say plenty people in there when you know they pay the minimum wage. You say more especially the one that they work now then shop and they work for them Lebanese them. You say some of themselves now by day then can pay them. You say Labour Congress self cover them people in there. And this they say government really need for watch inside the review of this act. They say because then they go give una more power for make una begin old people we not only pay people the right way. So they come up from Mohammed. And this one they say Labour Congress really need for step up and see say they're able for work with the different union there. They say because most of the time the problem they working there now be the problem they working there between the union them and Labour Congress can cause them. And the final one they read now they say Labour Congress una government need for watch inside this una act. So that's go give una more power for bet people and we know they pay people and fine. More especially then one day they work with them Lebanese then and then shop them that song.
Yes.
Well, Edward has some of the text messages and
Quick
that will read all I want
respond
them back.
to the Lebanese shops them and the Indian shops. Me, Sidona, I don't do a survey of that. The person not correct. Most Lebanese shop then they keep to the minimum wage. It was surprise you for know that. Me said don't do 1 or 2 survey on that. The security as I say yes, not true. From security they will know they pay the minimum wage. But I tell you, we don't get case for a security agency. The security agency, it's outside office, this safe na area, you know, put inside both safe. The day will go there for go make follow-up of the particular thing. The next moment, the money office don't change. So there are a lot of those security agencies with the office in them bag. So as we can go to them, trust me, the next moment, the office, they change. But notwithstanding, we go take them serious, yeah? Then with regards the labor law, now we main tool. If we get that for the minimum wage, Labour Congress go to an extent to face Parliament, to face the Speaker of Parliament, for tell and say the minister will be announced minimum wage, not even before announce them. But even if you announce himself, there are some anomalies them there. But it don't take effective July 1.
Okay, Laguna Facebook. This one they come up from Hassan Koma. They say how much does Labour Congress relate or collaborate with the central government in effectively executing their activities? Who and who does the Labour Congress cover, especially with advocate benefits in line with the minimum wage? And this other and they say Hassan back they say Edward, does the Congress have the power to intervene in the delay of benefits payments in government institution? If yes, what is the process?
Good, yes. Labour Congress interfere. We don't get a case where police laborers them, but they get issue with them benefits, we interfere. Another thing with Labour Congress, they do the benefits where you they get now. The law being at one time say 30%, 9 for quarters tax after you don't retire. Labour Congress push a case say no 30% high for be 5%. Now we get one big challenge with government when this tax on leave. We see say government in 2018, then can put tax on leave will not be ever exist. But Labour Congress in constant discussion with government. So if you didn't have government sector except police, soldier, prison, and fire force, now then the law exempt for joining union. If you're not a civil servant, there is a civil service union, you can join them. But the good thing I will tell you now that Wages and Compensation Commission they come. Labour Congress very instrumental and we're a part of that commission. We get for negotiate with government on behalf of the general workforce and salary.
And Edward, somebody they say over 300 workmen them, he say them we don't sack them now cold storage. He say now 30 they not give them full package it. He say Labour Congress no, but that's everything I don't they do for them people in
Yes, the person correct. We get a union where they handle cold storage, but now news to me for say una not get una benefit yet. And I assure you say going back to the office, the union will directly be handle that matter. I go and counter your attention.
So Edward, in all this, Labour Congress, as you people, most of the time problem can be all man say, go to Labour Congress, go to Labour Congress in doing all this thing and challenge or they get that in different work side and the waiting really now na young workforce say like for example you don't go through the committee, the union then go to Labour Congress, from Labour Congress take and go to the Ministry of Labour. In all the area then if them people already work for them fail for see say they adhere to waiting the workman or give the workman a full package. What una can do?
We get what you call the last resort when a strike action.
Okay.
We nine and not talk about. But then they now when all others fail, then Labour Congress can say, well, it's not like say this now, the one who country with the sit down, and government no want that. And in 2010, ECOWAS been signed a protocol on social dialogue, where now they keep we restrain we small, say, and use all the means. But I'll make you know something on Labour Congress now, yeah? Like for instance, when COVID day, airport, port authority, post office, the hotel, you go agree with me, say the minister, they go around now, they get 3 months salary to the hotel workers. Not to just from, the initiative not just come up from them. It come up from a position paper where Labour Congress do with the employers. That government do a bailout. That same thing they do so for the hotel. They also do them for post office. Then do them for airport authority. Right now, the key issue with Labour Congress is about for taking a Seratel. We all go agree say Seratel not able for compete. As I talk to you, as I been earlier say, Seratel not even pay the staff salary yet. Seratel then system na outdated system. Seratel in competition with big institution, multinationals them, where they get funding outside. So we look at the situation critically and a national company. So wait till they wait for now Labour Congress. Now for let's the union where they handle Seratel don't use all the immediate revenues them, the immediate place that we forgo. If you not get results, then we bring account to we take account to the president. Like for instance, there was a time when government just changed, then block Seratel accounts. Say Seratel not go operate. The managing director of Seratel talk to the union, say, now this is not the problem, I help with the union, go to Labour Congress. And Labour Congress go directly to President Bio. In the meeting, President Bio direct that the Ministry of Finance for take action for let's say tell them begin function. So this is how we can handle. Once the union fail, we know say this not to get for do with national interest. We they left all other protocol, we they jump all other protocol go directly to the president. And as I tell you, I did not been for COVID, there are a lot of issues who for don't engage President Bio on. We hope see within the next 1 or 2 weeks, God willing, we'll meet him for talk on national issues.
So as you say, and during this COVID, we don't see the Minister of Tourism and not a partner. Then don't they go around the go and pay people or they work now then different side and the. So this like how the Labour Congress and a partner they come together as one for long as they say una give a position paper to the minister for let them do this. We go see after COVID back, Labour Congress go come together as strong force for see una able for talk for workman them. When they work na different institution them, when they know they pay them, waiting them for pay them, and waiting the law say.
I go assure you say yes, because even within government they do, Labour Congress self as an institution, we been get we partner the Danish Trade Union Development Organization. They may fund we. So we go now most of the big town them, Bo, Kenema, McKinney, Magboka, and right immediately after this program we for go put local. Why we they go? The traders union, the petty traders, the hotel workers, then are them provinces and we go give them food items. We even to government not give you 1 million, but now we take from we all make little resources that we get. We present over 300 Veronica buckets and PPs then to government as we own support. So when we do that, to we members for say on a day in crisis, Labour Congress they give assistance to them. Trust me, that's one way for give them confidence that you get an institution where they look after una. And whenever they bring the case can to we officially, we take them from there and we can get results.
So as we try for round up now the program, we they see the union they go na the different side them na the provinces because most of it's okay problem, but this or one union, this one union, na the one that they na free tongue here. So the one that they upline. Whose message and get that knowledge, but say whatever thing happen with we get with Labour Congress and we union no go come for say they able help we.
In the provinces, we get 2 key unions them.
Okay.
The agricultural union and the mines.
Okay.
And I will tell you, see, all the mines, mining company the way they operate in the country, they will command the Nobot Union and Labour Congress, so also we are the agriculture. In the event, the mining sector, there was the time the mining union, then they get challenged na go tile. Labour Congress go make the peace. Then get challenges na Vimetco. We go back as an institution. And right now we don't draw up a program we call workers education. who get for go right around this country for educate people them. President Bio be not give support in that direction. But since we talk we not get the money from the Minister of Finance. But we don't use for leave without support from government because no one let government interfere inside with business. So whether they give they not give we go out and work
So
out
right
education.
now, government support?
No answer because we not go want trouble to man. You know, so the government give one put some kind of pressure and then you see the one we give money and they control you. So we want for be autonomous.
So as we round up now the message,
the message to Ukman, if you the working inside, you they get challenge, come na Labour Congress go direct you to the union where they handle your matter. If the union begin for handle your matter, you're not satisfied, you can come back because you can get in case, then the way I can refer and say, go to this union and they handle your case. The union then can be somehow slow, so the Ukman can come back to Congress, say, the union not seem for handle my case, so then Labour Congress can take from there.
Okay, plenty. Thank you. We join me inside the program. Edward Kamara, Deputy Secretary General for the Sierra Leone Labour Congress. Also, I can talk about our work and self the challenge plus when I own support self on the government by the coronavirus threat within the country. When I had the program midday show for today, Thursday, September 3rd, 2020, go left you. Plenty thank you to my producer, Alex Lawrence Koroma and Michael Sambula, and to the technical team. And plenty thank you to DJ Sugarcane for his technical support. So till we meet again, Mina Kabia the left you.
Stay tuned to Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Many thanks to Kabia for bringing midday show. Continue for stay tuned to this wonderful station. 1 o'clock according to studio clock, and this way we go back now studio 2.